A new 14-minute trailer dropped yesterday, and like always, I am here to do my best with my analysis of possible hidden details you might have missed, or not. I'll not be going over things we already knew unless they are relevant, so this doesn't drag for longer than it has to. So hey, I'm Not So Ace Trainer, and we have a trailer to analyze. Let's get into it. The trailer starts with a trainer on top of a windmill, likely on one of those we saw in the reveal trailer way back in February. The next scenes are mostly showing us areas we had seen before, as well as battle and catching scenes. But then we get a shot of the day and night cycle sped up. I'm assuming this will happen with the real world time and not with in-game time, although Legends did use in-game time for this feature. Also, the house with the tree in the top left corner reminds me of the school in the Pokémon Sun and Moon anime for obvious reasons. When we actually get some brand new gameplay, we see our trainer encountering a Lechonk by just walking up to it as it waited. The battle transition is similar to the one in Legends, where the camera simply focuses the Pokémon and starts it right there in the overworld. Quaxly is level 15, which means that it evolves most likely past that level, and its moves are not out of the ordinary. Wing Attack could indicate a flying type evolution, though it won't be the first time we saw a Pokémon having moves that differ their typing but fit their design, like Peck in Piplup for example. We also learned that Lechonk learns Echoed Voice. After we see Quaxly terrestrialize, we can see some Japanese text below the English one, which might be the reason why things weren't working out well for the English trailers in terms of frame rate. As the gameplay continues, we see that we can alternate between walking and running, and we get our first look at a wild terrestrial Pokémon, not a raid one, but a wild one. They glow in the overworld and you can see them from a bit of a distance, so you won't miss them. Also, this Jigglypuff has Water Pulse, a TM only move. After it drops to a certain HP, the wild terrestrial Pokémon loses its power and becomes catchable. Here we can see the Gen9 mark, with it being the terrestrial symbol, as well as the layout of the Pokémon summary, with the big new thing being the Terra type under our regular type. This is then followed by the confirmation that every Pokémon can have any one of the 18 different Terra types, which is awesome for creativity in VGC. Then we start an auto battle with a Litleo, with Mezzagoza in the background, as well as what seems to be two wild Terra Pokémon very close to each other. As Quaxly destroys the Litleo, we get the confirmation of global EXP, with 100% going to the active Pokémon and 50% to the rest of the team. It isn't known if we can turn it off, but I'm assuming that we can't. We also get Litleo Tuft, which will become more relevant as the trailer progresses. As the camera moves, we can see an item in the distance marked by a beam of light. Later we see the first footage of our Pokémon getting the item for us, a yellow Pokéball in this case, which once again means a TM. After this, we see our trainer interacting with Quaxly in the overworld, just like in Pokémon Legends Arceus. When the map is open, we see flying locations. Artazon seems to have two, with them being Pokémon centers, while this one in the cliffs seems to not have one. Just like in the screenshots we saw in the previous trailer, we can set a destination and pin it in the map to guide us. Then we get our first in-depth look at the Starfall Street gameplay. We seem to be able to use only 3 Pokémon, and there's a timer counting down from 10 minutes with a counter that goes up to 30. The options are simple: send Pokémon, recall it, or give up. In the distance we spot what looks like an unrevealed Pokémon, one that could very easily be a pre-evolution of Cerulege and Armarouge. Judging by its appearance, it could be a fire type only, with us having to find something to add either the psychic or ghost type and make it evolve. After this, every Pokémon that we beat adds up to the counter, and it seems that when one of our Pokémon is defeated, we cannot use it again as it disappears from the side menu. When we reach the target number of 30 in this case, Mela comes out and we're ready to fight the boss. In this scene, we once again see the Starmobile, but this time we can see a smaller engine with an eye followed by the big engine with an eye. This is very likely to be the pre-evolution to the engine Pokémon they have been teasing since forever. No more info is given, though it is implied that the battle will be different from what we're used to, but unlike with the base raid, we have access to every Pokémon now and they seem to be healed. As we change the trainer we're following, we are introduced to the TM machine, a new feature that let us craft TMs by using league points and various Pokémon related items, just like the Litleo Tuft we saw earlier. In the middle of them we have one that is just question marks, though in the Chinese trailer it was different, and it meant Spider Pokémon Silk, which could be a returning Spinarak or Joltik, or it could be a brand new Pokémon. The menu also shows that you can swap materials for league points. We then see footage of the Stony Cliff Titan quest once more, with Arven calling us on a Rotom phone to give us information about it. As the Titan jumps towards us, we can see another one of those wild Terra Pokémon glow. We also find out that we do not completely faint the Titan, but that it runs away when its HP is low. We then see the Poké Portal, our way of connecting to the online features of Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet. Link Trade, Surprise Trade, Link Battle, Battle Stadium and Mystery Gift are some we're used to, but the new ones are Union Circle, the one that let us connect to 3 other players and explore Paldea, and Terra Raid Battle, the one where we, well, battle in Terra Raids online, possibly through the party board. A Link Trade follows and we have footage of Girafarig following us and then evolving into Farigiraf, its brand new evolution. Don't worry, I'll have a video about its origins ready for Monday. Now we swap trainers once more as we approach Artazon. On our left we can see some vending machines which might sell us some healing drinks, but the good stuff is on our minimap. New Pokemon are revealed on it, a fungi rock Pokemon, something like that, a parrot or parakeet, and 2 mice which have different forms. There's a slight difference on their sprites, probably some gender difference or something of the sort, but it is impossible to tell for now. Then we see more footage of the Sunflora test as well as the battle against Brassius and Isudowoodo. By the way, the frame rate here on the whole Artazon city was abysmal in the English trailer, but it was way better in the Japanese one. I have no idea what happened to our trailer. This is then followed by our first peek at the gym building in a new city, the one near the Blue Lighthouse. After this we are greeted with a ton of customization options as well as a camera app, which leads into a kind of social media type of feature where we can snap pictures with our Pokemon in different locations and update our profile picture. In the corner here, if we zoom in, it also seems like we have some kind of unrevealed bug Pokemon if we consider those things antennae. Then we learn that our profile shows our ID number as well as the number of badges, the number of Pokemon we have and have battled, the number of shiny Pokemon we have battled, and our recipes. It is worth it to note that 3 badges in 8 hours is not bad at all. Of course it depends on what they were doing, but still seems like there is a lot to do. After this we have the introduction of the picnic mechanic, which is probably going to be replacing Pokemon Camp. Note the number of Pokeballs the trainers send out, 7 of them, 6 of their own Pokemon, and the 7th one is the Legendary. We can wash our Pokemon with a Marip sponge, we can play football or soccer if you're from the other side of the pond, and weirdly enough we can get eggs through it. There is no actual explanation on how it works. The website does go a bit deeper into this mechanic though. It seems we can design the table as we wish, and it also confirms that the legendary Pokemon are indeed not part of our party but simply accompany us on our journey. The sandwiches we create restore HP but also seem to offer other effects, like making some Pokemon types easier to catch as well as boosting certain types of damage and giving us more XP. The weather in battles can get our Pokemon dirty, and scrubbing the mud, snow and sand from them will restore their HP as well. This can also be done when online with friends with more than just our Pokemon out playing. We then have a Terra Raid menu, and they look pretty similar to those of Sword and Shield. We have the raid level, the members, the time left and all that. The big addition is of course the Terra type in the corner. The battle happens in real time with no turns, and the time bar lets us know how close we are to running out of time. Interesting to note is that our picture in the UI seems to be the one we have set on our profile pic. Also, we seem to have 3 cheers per battle, with 1 boosting attack, another boosting defense, and then 1 healing our party. One very interesting thing to note is that the Farigiraf is attacking while asleep, which could mean the return of Drowsy instead of sleeping, and all the other new status conditions from Pokemon Legends Arceus. As we can see in the final part of the trailer, we also see our trainers being affected by the weather, which can be an indication that will somehow hinder the way we traverse through the overworld. And that is all I could find in this trailer, but as always, I am sure I missed something, so please let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch, I stream there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.